Albuquerque, and welcome to Gladiator Nations, another episode for you guys. Sorry we missed you guys last week, but here we are, and I want to introduce, of course, my co-host, Mr.
Marcos Rivera. What's going on, guys?
Hey, guys, and of course we brought the crew, the main co-host, Mr. John Bodnar, and Mr. David Baca from Enchanted Roofing and Solar.
There we go.
I did that on purpose, guys.
Enchanted Roofing, and then there's also Enchanted Solar.
Okay.
We're going to spend every show, I almost said a bad word,
Almost.
for the first 5 minutes going over this with you.
Enchanted Solar.
But we've also
and
established that he
Enchanted
does it on purpose because
No,
he's a
when
bully.
did you guys change from General Roofing to Enchanted Roofing?
We've also established that John's doing it on purpose because he's a bully.
I love it.
Oh,
we all
John's
know
the
who's
bully.
the bully back
Yeah.
in the day, but we won't even go there today because guess what? We have a great show today. We're going to be talking about the beginning of the Gladiator season, which has been entertaining, heartbreaking.
Yes.
But you know, when everything's said and done, guys, the reality is we do have a good team, guys.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with some special, which I'm going to call the Baca Recap. You ready?
Oh boy, here we go.
All
right.
The Baca Recap. On 3, 1, 2, 3, go.
So here we go, Al. Well, where are we
Here we
going?
go.
Here we go, Albuquerque. That's
I love
awesome.
how we prepared all
So here we
week for
go.
this.
So we're 2 games into the season. We've lost both games. My personal opinion is that this team does not reflect the 2 losses that they've had. They are a better team than what we've seen. We went down to Kansas. We played in a hostile environment, and if anything, it came down to maybe a few calls at the end. But the team does, and which happens in football, but this team does not reflect the losses they've had. It was a tough loss down there to a good Kansas team in a very hostile environment. They had hometown calls. Come back here to Albuquerque against an even better Amarillo team. We stayed with them. It was a heartbreaking loss in the last minutes. In combined 2 games, we've lost, John, did we say 8 points?
8 points.
8
Two
points
games,
we've
8
lost by in the
points.
combined 2 games. So it's not like we're losing huge. We got a new quarterback. We have a new offense. Everybody's adjusting. We got linemen and receivers adjusting to an offense. We got a quarterback adjusting to an entirely new team. And I think it's just a matter of time before this team breaks through and becomes the Gladiator football team that goes on and wins the championship.
And that's Baca's 32nd, well, actually 34-second recap. But that's a great start, and I love this new segment that we're introducing because it really kind of formats what we need to talk about on today's show. I'll start off by telling you some behind the scenes that I don't know if I've told you guys this, but, there was your Baca recap. Came in a little bit.
Did it come in? Did it come on the
came out
bottom?
in there. Baca
I like
recap.
it.
We'll get it.
I wasn't really prepared because I thought we were doing it at the end.
It was a great idea, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to kind of set the tone for what we got to talk about. But I don't know if I told you guys, but when Coach went to the back, you know how Coach gets. He gets a little frustrated, and he has a lot going on. And he had a piece of paper that he taped to his chest. And he walked in there and he looked at the team and says, guys, what do you think's written under this paper? Of course, one says, motivation. The other said, work hard, and those that kind of, guesses from the team. And he turned it around and it said, Duke City Gladiators will win the CIF Championship 2017. And he said, if you don't believe it, don't sign it. But if you believe it, I want you to sign it. Because Coach saw what we're about to talk about. The brilliance and the strength of the Gladiators this year, regardless of what the record says. Do you guys agree with that?
I 100% agree with that. I think that once this team gels, and we started to see it last week. Yep. The beginning of the game was a little rough. Then we came back and we're just rolling, and it was basically one turnover that crushed us. I mean, we were up 2 scores, and that one turnover really, really hurt us. And we were still. It ended up going to overtime. We were right in it at the end.
And let's face it, we're 2 games in, right? Mm-hmm. So we have our first exhibition game, which was a very fun deal. I mean, we had a huge crowd, and it was a blast, but you got a pro team playing a semi-pro team. All right, so you're not getting the looks that you're getting. These guys didn't even get near the looks.
Right.
I mean, for this team to come in the first 2 games and only lose by a combined of 8 points in the first 2 games when they really haven't had a chance, like I say, with a new offense and a new quarterback and everything that's going to, they haven't even had the chance to gel yet.
See, and
this takes time. And takes games. And here again, when did they start practicing? 3 weeks before? 2 weeks
and that's
before
a
the
league
season
rule,
starts?
guys. You guys got to understand that. It's a league rule on when we can start. If we start practicing prior to that, there's fines implemented and there's issues. But I want to bring up a point that John just made here about the confidence. Because as I was talking with Coach about it, he says the best thing that could happen for this talented team is to lose the first 2 games by the inches that we lost, because John said it, we played that first game against a semi-pro team, basically glorified practice for the fans and to kind of run plays, and the confidence might have gotten a little too high because they could do what they want when they wanted, and then when we actually faced another pro team, there's some mindset challenges that they probably had to overcome. They had to see that there's going to be some pushback at this level, and so they got to work through that. So the confidence that they had, now they're mad.
Right.
And they're, as Coach says, salty, and they're coming out hard.
Well, if you look at the last 2 plays of each game, and it's replaying on the Duke City Gladiators Facebook page from Game 1 in Kansas, where I don't remember who caught the ball, reaches over, and he's shy about 6 inches from the touchdown, which would have given us the win.
The win.
That was Game 1. Then last Saturday comes down to a 2-point conversion
In overtime.
in overtime, and that
And that was a choice, though. Remember, we were the first ones to score. And if we would have chosen
the 2-point conversion.
the 2-point conversion, which, again, that's...
If a bull had tits, he'd be a cow. If I would have gone for the 2-point conversion, not got
And if
it,
we would've missed
then
it-
everybody would have been mad at Coach if we lost by...
Yeah.
By 1 point.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So you can't
It is
second
tough.
guess that decision.
But the
I don't
point I
think
was
that's a bad
making...
decision.
Yeah, I didn't
No.
say it was a bad. I just said the point is that we did it right. We scored our extra field goal. The other team went for the win versus the tie because they knew what? They knew we had the momentum, and they knew we were the better team.
They had
and
nothing
they
to
had to
lose.
go. They had nothing to lose because they felt they were going to lose, unless they went
Well,
for it.
they're playing to win instead of playing not to lose, I always say.
Exactly.
But-
Right.
And you got to give their coach credit. That's a ballsy move. But had he not got the 2-point conversion, they'd be calling for his head,
Yep.
and they'd be wanting to fire him.
Yeah.
Right? So it's
Yeah,
just a
that's
6 away. It's
So
just,
to clarify to you guys, CIF rules in overtime, because you don't see it in pro arena football very often. I just realized that as I researched it. But this year, the changes were when you get into overtime, it's one gets to score, and if they score and the other people score, then you do it again.
Right.
If one gets the chance to score and they don't score and the other team scores,
sudden death.
that's game.
Yeah,
So
it's,
basically,
it's just like the NFL rules, is what it boils down to. And you have to remember, at the end of that game, their offense was pretty darn fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, because, we had the ball the majority of the game. We kind of dominated that. The first 3 quarters, we kind of dominated. Second and third quarter, we kind of dominated. And in the fourth quarter, things started catching up with us. So, I mean,
and what that point tells us is how strong our defense is. Because our defense is in, and I just got to say, guys, I'm not as football experienced as you guys, but the reality is from a novice's point of view watching the game, we just look like we controlled. Our defense is pretty badass, excuse my language. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, Serta played unbelievable. The offensive or the defensive tackle.
Eric
Oh,
Brantford,
yeah, you got to love him.
Number
44?
No, number
yeah.
10. Is it?
Yeah.
Eric Brantford from
Brantford,
from Dodge City.
He was wrecking it. And I mean,
And
absolutely.
he's getting looks
wrecking
from
it.
the above, just so you guys know.
And people are looking at, and for you viewers out there who don't know much about arena football, look, this is my opinion, and John and I have some arguments about it once in a while, but.
You guys argue?
Not at all. But this is, it's, what was the final score, 40, what, the 40-something?
47 to 40.
Arena football,
6.
there's going to be high-scoring games. That doesn't mean the defense isn't on the field, and that doesn't mean there's defensive stuff going on. It's arena football. There's also going to be turnovers. I mean, just the very nature of you being surrounded by pads and being in an enclosed area and on a 50-yard field compared to a 100-yard field, you don't have the room. There's going to be high-scoring games, which actually... And everybody who didn't go missed a great game because it makes for a great game. I mean, there's
Well, it's a vertical game. It's a huge vertical game. It's a big passing game.
action.
And you know what's
And
kinda
as
cool?
a fan, it's awesome. As a player, I don't know, but as a fan, it's awesome.
Get this. This is how coach thinks, okay? Just what Dave Bach has just said about the high scoring. They all prepare for the ball in the air. Okay, that's arena football. So when we can actually introduce somebody like Antonio, who comes in as a running back, who's going to lead it this year, now they're going to have some issues because if they're only preparing in the DBs for the pass, and we have somebody who can run, we haven't even introduced that yet.
You have
know
to
what
have
I
all
mean?
threats.
Yeah,
Right.
we're threatening them all different types of dimensions here, and that's what I think is brilliant about our team this year. We do have the runner, we do have the pass, we do have the quarterback, and I know at first it took a little bit to get the rust off. We've all been contemplating, when's the rust coming off, but honest guys, I think Donovan kicked ass last year.
I don't even know that it's rust. I think John said earlier it's the gel. I mean, look,
the gel.
these things
You
are
have to learn to trust
they're not easy.
Right.
And,
Quarterback has to learn to trust his receivers. The quarterback has to learn to trust his line. I mean, the offensive line play I thought was
They're incredible.
spectacular.
Yep.
That's awesome to hear. Well, on that note, guys, we're going to give a few minutes to our sponsors, so we'll be back in 2 and 2. Talk to you in a second.
Visit the Frontier Restaurant. Due to heavy construction on Central, take lead or coal coming north or south. The Frontier Restaurant. Get your Frontier fix on.
Altitude Sports Grill is where Albuquerque's sports fans won't miss a game. With locally crafted brews on tap and refreshingly crisp cocktails. Located in Hotel Cascada, Albuquerque residents find a staycation worth staying for. Catching Lobo sports, enjoying a beer on the beach, or wiping out, Hotel Cascada is home to your urban adventure. Affordable guest rooms, no hassle water park parties, and much more.
Don't forget, every ProView Network sporting event is on sale at our DVD store. Go to www.proviewnetworks.com to buy your DVD today.
Now there's an easier way to find deals at great New Mexico restaurants. DineNM.com. Just use your smartphone. Go to the site, download the app. No purchase or printer necessary. DineNM.com. The easiest way to save money when dining out.
Ladera Golf Course on Albuquerque's west side features spacious greens, 27 holes with outstanding practice facilities, and beautiful views of the Sandia Mountains, nestled at the foot of the volcanoes. Our 300-person banquet room and bridal suite is perfect for all occasions. Customize your room with color, chair covers, table linen, dinner, and champagne. Visit our cafe and bar with daily specials and happy hour, plus our full-service golf pro shop. For tea times and more information, call 505-836-4449.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, life change will occur.
Welcome back to Gladiator Nations with me, John Lopez, and my co-host,
Marcos Rivera.
and the co-host. Is that cool to call you guys Coco?
I don't care.
Coco?
Call me a ho-ho.
Oh, well, we already know
David
that one.
Baca.
Yep, Tinder.com. Go to Dave Baca.
They're all switching out. Get Dave Buck off the screen. He's about to do something.
Oh my gosh, they have their finger on the button to beep them out at any second. So
We're at a
I'm
record
dying to
13 minutes into the show before John brings up Tinder.
Hey, and it's great because
Good,
we were just talking off air. We have football to talk about, but can I talk about a few other things real
please
quick,
do.
John?
Bring it up.
Albuquerque, listen, you're missing great football. You're missing a great Saturday. If you haven't been out, ask around to the people who have.
Family entertainment.
Family entertainment. We this week, well, by the time they see this, we'll already be done. But weeks to come, next week, every Saturday before a home game, we have a tailgate party sponsored by yours truly, John and I's Enchanted Roofing. And it's food, drinks, dancing. The Gladiator girls are out there, music. It's just a really good time. And now the culture's starting to set in, and there's people setting up their barbecues around us, which they don't need to do, but we love. The food's there, but if people want to have their own gig going on, we encourage that to come out and tailgate. It's just like a Lobo football game, actually better, because it's more action-packed. There's more to see. It's just a great time. And Albuquerque, with this town, and like I've been saying over and over in the shows I've been on, and with the complaints of nothing to do, you have a full Saturday here where you can go take in a good meal, have some good family entertainment, and then go in and watch a heck of a football game surrounded by people who all love football. And it's
And
It's been a blast.
right, and there's
I'm really having a good time. I
And
mean, I
that
look
plug's
forward to
brought
it.
to you by GeneralRoofing.com.
It's not even a plug. It's what I'm
It's
saying.
important to understand that.
It's the reason that John and I know Bodnar, and I think you too, John,
Mm-hmm.
that we bought into this whole football thing in the first place. When I started, I didn't even know we had a football team here in town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was one of you out there. All right, but we bought in because I'm always complaining about nothing to do here. Well, we bought in because we
Mm-hmm.
want this to work, and we want football in Albuquerque. We're not going to have a pro team, professional.
NFL team.
NFL team in Albuquerque. And I don't blame the NFL for not looking at us. We can't even get the stands filled at a Gladiator game. So come on out. Let's show Albuquerque that we can get behind a
We
team
support
here.
our state.
It's not a Lobo basketball team, and support these guys. These got hardworking kids out there that are hitting heads. I mean, there were guys flying over barriers.
What if they fell over-
Now we have more
in the
flying
line?
over luxury, but to
Larry
our
Carr
group.
fly over the 4 foot,
Oh.
5 foot barrier. I don't even think his legs touched it. He caught the pass, flew over. Everybody's worried, and he jumps up with the ball.
One of the girls, because one of the Gladiator girls had never been to a game, obviously, because it's the first year we're doing it. So I was trying to explain to her. She's like, "What is it like?" And I'm like, "Have you ever seen Demolition Derby on TV?
Good one.
Like cars just bashing into each other. It's kind
I
of
like that
like
analogy.
that, but with humans, and obviously a little bit more scripted because we run plays and we're organized. But when you hear them smash into each other and you see them fly over the wall, you're like, whoa,
That's
that is
scary, isn't
no joke, man."
I always relate it to. I always say it's hockey atmosphere, but they're playing football.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's very true because it is so.
You got crazy fans pounding on the pads, and the players come right up, and you get to pat them on the back and put bounties or do whatever you
I was
want.
telling you, it's the MMA, when MMA came over from boxing. NFL, boxing, you watch it, it's good, it's entertaining, but when MMA came out with that high intensity and everything going on, that's kind of what arena football
like
is.
cage fighting.
And
You know, we were for the couple minutes I was in your guys' suite. The guys are right there or on the north end of the field, and they're kicking off, and you can see the Amarillo guys. You're like, "Hey, bro," you kind of
Then
talk a little
you get the opposing.
you get a hard time.
This guy are great. We get the opposing team. We get in their ear, and they'll actually come over and talk. Coaches we're talking smack to
absolutely.
us,
Yeah.
and it's
And
that
that's part
kind of
of it.
it's
I
that
mean,
kind of it.
Arena
I love it.
football, that's the 9th man because we're playing with 8 guys. So you guys are technically the 9th man.
Yeah, we had that quarterback for Amarillo he was out of his
And
mind.
they're right-
Every time he
Yeah.
would come near us.
Well, you
I would
change
just
every
be
year.
gone as he.
Last year you were on Kent, and Kent's like
Yep.
the nicest guy you'll ever meet from Amarillo. I keep telling him he'll look good in black and silver, but who knows to come. But you guys are all over Kent last year. This year, I think he just kind of wore you out because he's too nice of a kid, so you pick somebody else out.
We just pick whoever's closest to us
And,
that'll
and for
listen.
those of you guys that haven't been to a game, the barrier's probably this long. So you're sitting here with your beer and your chicken wings or whatever, and there's a guy right there who's getting ready to run a play, and you go, "Hey, number 4, what are you gonna do, bro? Are you gonna go get it? Or are you gonna drop the
You're
ball?
in the
What are you
game,
gonna
aren't
do?"
you?
And you kind of you almost want to when someone's like this and they're positioned ready to run, you push them a little bit.
You know what, though? It can affect the game, and I can say this after the game since we did lose, but we almost won because of Steve Chavis.
Did he knock a ball or something?
Dude, I'm telling you, Steve
yeah,
Chavis,
I saw that.
he's one of our big business guys out here and coming in as a partner. But we were sitting there at the barrier. The ball, the other scored.
I didn't see
The other
that.
team scored,
Yeah.
and Steve told him, good job. And so the guy turned to him and he picked up the ball and he threw it to Steve, which is a penalty if the opposing team throws one of the footballs out into the crowd. And Steve, you didn't mean no harm by it, but he's like, "Hey, good job," and he threw him and Steve caught it, and then all of a sudden the flags all went up.
That's what that was about.
And it caused, I think, a 5 or 10 yard kickoff return penalty. So
Wow.
the point is, you're very interactive
involved.
inside the game. But
I'll
not
tell you a
only-
little story about what happened. So that we're on kick return, right? And I don't know. I wish I knew the kid's name, but he's lined up there, and I'm talking. How you doing? You gonna go get some for me? And I'm hitting him on the back, and I'm hitting. This is one of our guys. I'm hitting on the back. You gonna go get some for me? Go get him cleats up, and I will tell you, we made a little business arrangement right then and there, but I won't talk about that. But I'm go get him. This guy went out, and I'm telling you,
It completely
he put a
jacked-
guy cleats up. I mean, this guy. He laid there for
somebody?
about,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, he's just
he was
cleated.
played.
And looks back at me and does that. I'm like, my man. You know what I mean?
brought to you by Enchanted Roofing.
Yeah, that hit was brought to you by Enchanted Roofing.
I wanted to touch on something that Dave said, and you said about the environment and everything, but you have to remember it's also a huge family environment. With the haircuts and the money massage and all that.
Jumpers.
And the jumpers for the kids. There's security all over the place. I take my kids and my young daughters, they're 11 and 9. And,
You're just there having a good time.
John's kids are running around. They just let them go because
I'll
it's a
tell you,
safe environment.
Lopez is a genius because the rowdiest guys
Say it
in the
again.
play, the rowdiest
Can we
guys
edit
in the
over that
place
in the
are
booth?
you and I. And he put us in a box this year.
Yeah, I know.
And we paid for it.
To contain you?
To contain us.
That's security.
It's
That's
like
the
box
authority.
to contain
trying to cage
the lion.
Bigfoot. Or
We did it by accident.
How about this?
We paid to have ourselves caged.
You guys give me 10 grand and you can only hang out right here.
And it worked.
And
I tried getting a
I
little
was the fact
discount.
there's like 10 security guards right behind our box. I don't know why.
Now, the security guards kind of just naturally flowed there. That wasn't even my call on there. But John and David have said it a lot, but my position was when this opportunity came across, I'm not a huge football guy. I played till 8th grade, and that was it.
He wasn't
But
even good then.
I was actually pretty darn good. I won a championship with the Steelers out in Yaffle back in 80 whenever. But
Sure,
the
show
point
us the
was,
trophy, show
I'll
us the
show you the
trophy.
ring.
I'm dating a supermodel. She lives in Idaho.
That's what happens with you. Anyway. But the point was, is when this opportunity came, it wasn't about football, just like Dave said. Just like John is saying, Marcus, it wasn't about football for me. It was about the lack of family entertainment. So you'll see the difference when I came on board of this team, because the first thing was it's all about the family. And when we did that with the haircuts and the jumpers and the mommy massages and the tailgates and everything good, you know what? It went all the way up through the CIF. And we've actually seen some copycats coming on from different teams around because they realize Albuquerque, it's all about the family. It's not just about the football. So
I guess
they stole-
I opened the doors.
he opened the door,
I know,
so
it's
I'm going to come back in and I'm going to hit it. So let's finish up here and talk a little bit more about the game. It was exciting. I think we've all agreed that we have a better team than what the record shows.
Absolutely.
I think strategically, I think we're going to do fine against Wichita, who did lose against Dodge City on their first game. Wichita is a great team, and out of the 12 games we have, 9 of them are all playoff guys. And we talked about in one of the first episodes, Coach wasn't happy about
Yeah,
that.
thanks a lot, schedule maker.
Yeah, the economics
Anyhow.
of it, I was happy with. As far as the competitiveness, that has been a kind of a political challenge because they weren't happy. I was just happy with the economics being CFO and all. But tell me, guys, how do you think we're going to do when we get on the road against somebody like Amarillo? Do you think we have their ticket in a hostile environment?
Here again,
Because it's gonna be tough.
let's get back to the gelling.
That's right.
Look, we got 2 more home games. Let's put it together. Let's put this offense together. Let's put this program in together, and everybody playing and gelling on the same page, and we can go out of town and kick anybody's butt.
I think this Saturday is going to be the telltale game.
This is
4
a big game.
o'clock.
It's a big
Well,
game.
this might be aired after,
It'll be
but
aired
it's
after.
it's our only matinee of the season.
Right, but-
Starting at 4.
But the following Saturday, after you folks are watching this, I challenge you: 4 o'clock game or 4 o'clock tailgate, 6 o'clock game. Get out there.
6 o'clock,
Yeah,
guys.
bring your tailgate stuff, or just come join ours. It doesn't matter. Come on out.
free food.
See the Gladiator girls because they're going to be selling tickets. You can just come and see them. You can buy a ticket right from them. You don't have to go wait in any lines. You just go find a pretty girl and say, "Can I have some tickets?" And they'll just give them to you. Boom.
For $10.
$12, $15. I'm just kidding, guys. $10. I don't even know how much. But it's a fun time. We have football giveaways. This last one was so cool because our DJ started playing some of these line dances, and we had kids, we had grandmas, and we had Gladiator girls
Cupid
all
Shuffle.
doing the
Oh,
Cupid
yeah.
Shuffle.
We even had the
Harlem
what are
thing.
the other sponsors? The Twin Peaks girls.
The Twin Peaks.
Yeah,
movie.
they were out there dancing.
Yeah, all
doing
with the
electric
kids and
slide.
everything. It was a great time when I would go out there to check up and grab some free food. John's a heck of a chef, by the way. He's over there working.
Oh! I cooked the hot dogs.
Well, you can't
you
mess up a
tried
hot
to,
dog.
and then he started yelling at you.
Did
No, I
he
did
really?
cook the hot
You were
dogs.
holding the spatula wrong.
Did he burn the hot dogs down? Honestly, let's be honest here. This is an honest show here. Unscripted.
No, he did a fine job.
Thank you.
You're using the wrong spatula, David.
That's what
You
you get.
support your man. You support your man no
Well,
matter
no,
what.
it's- first of all, it's hard to screw up. Hot
Marcos
dogs,
can't
number one.
handle the Gladiator girls. I can't handle the grill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to have some shade this coming weeks and the weeks to come. We're outfitting the trucks with some big
awnings?
awning type
Oh,
things.
cool.
And are we, Dave?
Thanks to Chisholm RV for donating the awnings.
Oh, wow. They
And
have
then
awnings?
are we?
Where's the party bus?
Oh, yeah. What's the status of the party bus?
Party bus is under construction.
It is under construction. We're getting ready to tear everything apart and start putting in the floors. We're going to get some air conditioners put in there. We're
We're
going to get.
getting ready. So nothing's been done.
We do have 2 businesses to run, 3
businesses to run.
What are you guys doing this afternoon? Playing golf? They're gonna go hang out.
And right now they're on a TV show, and this morning you're at a coffee shop. So I don't know. Talk to me about your
Actually,
agenda.
we have 4 businesses to run because now we had the Gladiator footballs to it. So
Yep.
that's
So there's 4 businesses. So
I mean,
that
tomorrow,
bus
our day,
probably never going to
our day will
happen.
be spent getting ready for the tailgate. That's what we'll spend tomorrow doing.
But if you want to rent the bus as is, get in touch with Enchanted Roofing, and they'll rent it to you as is.
That's right.
For very
And I
cheap
will
and
drive the
affordable
bus.
pricing.
Sure.
What is it, 30, 40 passenger, 50 passenger?
36 with a bathroom.
36 passenger.
Plenty of storage. Great for all in town and actually in state. So if you want to rent it, you might as well promo it now and kind of get some pre-sales.
We'll take care.
EnchantedPartyWagon.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, or for you churches, enchantedchurch.com. Guys, with that said, I appreciate you guys watching in. All 148,000 of you guys. You guys look for us on Facebook.
All 5.
DukeCityGladiators.com is our website. You can buy tickets online at GladiatorTix.com. We have the Gladiator Football Academy, which is a huge success this last weekend. We have another one coming up next Sunday. So get on that at GladiatorFootballAcademy.com. Last words, boys?
Tailgate party at before the games, 4 o'clock before the games. Come on out, sir, get out and support your football team, and I guarantee you go to one game, you'll be back.
And we're going to stop by saying, we love you, Albuquerque. We love you, New Mexico. Peace out. Break dance, everybody, right?
You got it. We're on it, right, John?
I'm doing it.
I don't mind it. That's all right. You guys are co-hosts, so it doesn't really matter. Stay pretty. Stay sexy, Albuquerque.
Stay pretty.